Excuse me. Hello, social media family. Aaron Mack here, and I know it has been quite a month of Sundays, and it's been nowhere near that long, technically. Forgive my rocky camera, but I was. I'm going to get to the topic. I'm going to let you finish. But I was in the hospital for about a month. Long story shortened, I'm out of the hospital now, clearly. And at this point in time, I have a wheelchair. So, on to the cute, fun stuff for the show, right? Chatting with some friends in a chat group, the topic of how young is too young for sex. Of course, legal, but being that we're all 40, I'm 41. I am the oldest. Uh, anyway, but being that we're all 40, it's like, of everyone in the legal age group, how young is too young? And I wanted to discuss this question quickly because it personally hits close to home for me because I I think about when I was young, when I was 19 in my thought days, and again I was thought from 19 to about 22. That I was approved from 23 to 32, but that's another story. But my thought days were 19 to 22. And yes, it is true. I did have a lot of dudes' penises in my mouth at different times, right? Never an orgy. And I was thinking about when I was that age, and this is what I told my friends in the chat group. When I was that age, even though it was my thought days and I was having physical interactions with a lot of dudes, e- every single dude with whom I had a physical interaction with, even if it was just a, hey, it's late. How about after class you come over and suck this dick? I'd be like, okay, clearly, they're just inviting me over to suck their dick, right? In my mind, especially at that age, I would always feel like, yes, I came over to his house or I was brought to his house. I did some dangerous stuff. First date, public place. First date, public place. But the engagement at the house, yes, was for the purpose of physical interaction. And I knew that. But at that young, tender age of mine, in my mind, I always thought that there would be a chance that we could, after I sucked his dick, we would be able to begin to build something in terms of relationship. Because I call it my thought days, but really it was my sexual exploration days, looking for love in all the wrong bedrooms days. Because every single dude without exception, when I was that age, every single dude without exception, and I interacted with many, I hoped that something of substance would come of it. And there were times that I actually would tell myself, I remember one time looking at myself in the bathroom mirror of the dorm and telling myself, Aaron, if you do a good job sucking his dick, you're gonna get in a relationship with him. You've just got to do the best job that you could possibly do. And of course, it didn't happen, you know? And I think part of that's also because, and openly gay rapper Bugs Gutta spoke to this. He's like, if you're gonna have sex on the first night, and this was one of his songs that I actually really like. I forget the name of it, but he's like, if you're gonna have sex on the first night, make sure it's bomb, not just all right. And I was like, I think realizing now, I'm like, oh, I'm probably not the most, my baby enjoys it, skilled at sex. I do try my best, skilled at physical interactions, but I realize perhaps that's a part of the reason that having sex on the first night, while in my mind I'm like, we've built this romantic connection. This really means something. And it would not. And oh well. I don't like when older dudes, and again, we're in our, well, we're all 40, except me, I'm 41, talking about I'll have sex with anyone as long as he's legal. Because I know back in my early legal days, every single sexual interaction I thought was building towards a relationship. And here at the end of the day, you just wanted to get your dick wet, quite frankly. And I've had some tough discussions with some friends about stuff like that. And they're like, well, as long as they're legal, it's okay. And I'm like, I don't think that's cool. I'm sorry, you know? And they're like, well, for relationships. And that's what my other friend was just saying. He's like, for relationships. Oh my gosh, people are actually typing. I am 11, bro. Yeah, you probably shouldn't be watching. I am 10. I don't know what that's about. Oh, it's probably spam. I am 30. I am 31. And honestly, 30 and 30, like early 30s are kind of, it's really up to you. But it was when I crossed 30 that I sort of realized, you know what? I don't really want to interact with physically with people who are too much younger than me. For example, I always would say my ideal is no more than 10 years my senior, and as I grew older, 10 years my junior. But when I was 30, I was like, no, because I was like, I'm 30. what would I want to do with some 21-year-old? Honestly, oh my gosh, I just thought about this. And I really liked him. I did. I remember when I was 27, this dude, I dated this dude who was fresh out of college, and I felt like such an old man going on a date with him. And he was real. How much can I share? He was a real go-getter, is a real go-getter. And he was like, yeah, you know, I'll share this very small part of what he said. In retrospect, I'm like, that's actually really romantic. But he was just too young. I was 27, damn it. And he was 21, maybe 22. And I was like, no. And he said what he wants. And he was saying that to me, like he would like me to be this to him. He's like, I want a man who will, and basically what he described was very much a housewife. And he was like, yes, I'll bring home the bacon because I've got the stick-to-itiveness and the passion and drive and dedication to bring home enough money into the household, which he's really doing the darn thing, right? And he was like, I'll bring home the money to support us in the household. You just take care of all the household things. And I was like, I'm 27 and I'm still I'm still pursuing my career. I'm too young and fabulous to be a stay-at-home person for my man, you know? As I grew older, I sort of thought differently. No, it's not that I thought differently, but it's that like he's actually really beautiful. And I was like, yeah, maybe I could have worked something out a little differently. Anyway, I am living. Okay, nice. Yes. Yeah. Um, so yeah, he was wonderful, a cool dude. But I mention all of that because it's like I was never really a big fan of age gaps under me. Like I would often prefer to be the younger one. Right now I'm actually not by 5 days, 4 months, but that's another story. But anyway, I like being the younger one. And I don't know, like that wouldn't stop me as far anyway. Oh my gosh, it's way too off topic. Age gaps for physical interaction. Oh, this was my final answer, Regis, for him. I remember when I was 35. Yes, 35. So it's not too long ago. This beautiful Nigerian college student hit me up on Jacked, and he was like, hey, I just had a rough finals week with a lot of work. I want to unwind and release some steam. Can you come over and suck my dick? And I was 35. Like, clearly well, no, that was post prude days. That was me in that awkward period until I was given gonorrhea. And then I was like, oh, maybe I don't want to have a whole lot of sex. Anyway, But after 32. But I did as I was requested. And as I said to them, I'm like, so I guess that's my lowest age. But again, for me, I've never been that big on sex. I've just not. Like, how many minutes? Way too many. All right, y'all. What is this? Thank you, Michael. Thank you, darling. What am I ranting about? Trump voice, please save America. I don't get that, but thanks. Y'all have a good night now. Peace. Stay blessed. And where's the stop button? I don't know. I'm just getting back from the hospital, y'all. I think it's just X.